I'm hearing Phillip Rivers. Somebody said J.J. Watt. Right now, where do you think Russell Wilson is? I'm just hearing different things.
Who said that?
Different people.
I would have to say tied for second.
Yeah.
And
tied for second
with Peyton Manning. I think Phillip Rivers right now, I would give the nod because of what he's been able to do with that football team. If you take him out of the equation, they're not the same football team. Likewise with Peyton Manning. And so when I look at the scenario, we talk about the rushing yards. The good thing about Russell Wilson is that he doesn't need to run the football. He runs the football because it's the right thing to do for that particular play. It's not a situation where he goes into every game saying, I'm going to get 100 yards rushing in this game. He's going out there doing exactly what he needs to do for his team to win. And you have to understand, this is not the same football team of a year ago. This defense is not the same defense. They're a good defense, not as good as they were last year. So they need Russell Wilson to do more. Mm-hmm. And he stepped up to the plate, and he's doing more. Not necessarily throwing more, but he's making more plays and putting them in better plays down the stretch. And that's why they're continuing to win football games.
I agree with you. To answer the question directly, I think he's second in line. I think that right now when you look at Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers, they're the two leading candidates for league MVP honors. Russell Wilson is close second to those two as far as I'm concerned. But if I sound a bit melancholy, to use the word, it's because you know who I find myself thinking about more and more and more when I watch Russell Wilson, Skip? Michael Vick. What you should have been. What you could have been if you had been smarter about not taking so many hits. Michael Vick has a rifle of his arm. The accuracy obviously is questionable, but a lot more times than not, it's because he wasn't settled in the pocket. And obviously looking over, you know, with Russell Wilson, y'all talk about his running ability. You know what I also find amazing about Russell Wilson? It's very rare that he finds himself throwing over an offensive line. He literally finds gaps within the pocket to make sure he could fling his passes because there's a height deficiency that he knows that he has. I had the pleasure of meeting Russell Wilson in L.A. right around the time of the ESPYs. Comes right about up to here to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm only 6'1". I mean, if he's 6'1", I don't know how because I'm telling you, I was standing right next to him. He wasn't that tall to me, but he's not throwing over anybody. Literally, I'm talking about in the pocket. There are gaps that he finds to fling that football. And I just found myself looking at him last night as he rushed 11 times for 122 yards. And I said to myself, damn, Michael Vick. So many times, Atlanta, Philadelphia, now the New York Jets. I remember when he was in Philadelphia and the offensive line a couple of years ago, I thought they should have been arrested for what they allowed to happen to Michael Vick, the way he was getting pummeled. And I just said these hits that he's taking these to so many hits. With his running ability, I think Michael Vick can run just as well as Russell Wilson right now. The problem is that he doesn't know how to get down. He doesn't know how to avoid those hits. And the damage has already been inflicted. And Russell Wilson doesn't have that problem because he's smart.
You know how I feel about Phillip Rivers. And he does lead the league in QBR now. So he's my number one. My number two in MVP is DeMarco Murray. And I'm surprised at you that you didn't even mention a running back who is flat out lifting a team to another level that most people thought it didn't belong. Right?
I'm nervous. I'm just nervous.
Well, so is he.
From a health standpoint.
Well, he's happy nervous about it, I think.
What are you nervous about?
I'm just concerned with his health issues in the past. Can he go through a full season?
Well,
can he be a 320 carry running back for a season?
My man Stephen A. has brought it up 5 times on the show.
Many times. I will say this to you and to all you Cowboy fans out there. As of week 5, DeMarco Murray should be a very, very strong candidate for league MVP.
Absolutely.
Thank you. As of right now.
Because when you consider what Dallas has been, this is the bottom line. And Coach Herm Edwards reminded me of this yesterday when he was on my radio show. DeMarco Murray, it's not just about what he's doing for the offense. It's what he's doing for the defense.
Absolutely.
Because the Dallas Cowboys, I believe, are like 5th in time of possession in the NFL. As a result, the defense is not on the field. And that is what is shielding them.
I agree.
A lot of people believe that the Dallas Cowboys defense is so vastly improved, when in all actuality, we don't know, because they haven't been but so exposed, because DeMarco Murray is running the ball so effectively. Dallas is moving the chains.
Yep.
They're controlling the clock. They've got time of possession. They're moving the chains. And as a result, not only is the defense rested, but the defense is relatively inactive compared to what it once was. So, therefore, DeMarco Murray is the primary reason the Dallas Cowboys are 4-1. And based on that, put him right there with Russell Wilson as a close number 2 to league MVP honors. Dare I say, it might be him and Phillip Rivers who are number 1, and Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson maybe.
That's how I have it. Now, but real quick, in Russell's favor, remember, the one game he lost head-to-head with Phillip had the ball for 42 minutes to Russell's 18 minutes in 118-degree temperatures. So, again, maybe I'm conflicted about this because I'm doing him a disservice to have him 4th on my list, just slightly behind Peyton.
Phillip Rivers would be my leading candidate for league MVP honors. DeMarco Murray would be number 2.
Thank you.
Peyton Manning would be number 3. And Russell Westbrook would be number 4. Even though Russell Westbrook is still 4-1. Russell Wilson. I'm talking about why I keep saying Russell Wilson. Absolutely. Even though Russell is 4-1, bottom line is that they struggled some games, struggled against San Diego because of the weather, struggled against Denver, letting Denver come back. Last night he was sensational running the football, but I would just give
your top 4.
I would not argue. I would not argue with the top 4. DeMarco Murray. I believe we have to.
Number 2.
You got to put him in the argument.
Okay.
I would look at Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson possibly as a flip there.